This is Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review with your NFL Week 8 betting preview. I did have some technical difficulties with the first time recording this video, so unfortunately we aren't going to be able to get through the regular every single game analysis in this week's NFL video, but I will give you my leans in every game quickly. I'm leaning in rotation order. For the Redskins-Bengals, I am leaning Cincinnati in the over in that game. Green Bay, Atlanta, leaning with Atlanta -3 in that game. Detroit, Houston, small lean to the Detroit Lions +2.5. I'm convinced that if that game's close in the latter stages, I trust Matt Stafford to make a play late as opposed to Brock Osweiler. Seattle, New Orleans is the play of the week in the NFL. We'll talk about that game at the end of this video. New England at Buffalo. Actually, I would bet New England, and not just a small lean. In fact, it's definitely worth a bet at -6, as well as the over, I think, at 47. I think the Patriots, if they get up by a big margin, they're not going to stop scoring. Same season revenge for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Inside the division, of course, the Bills shut them out earlier this season. That's not something you see every day. I think New England gets their revenge. I'd lean to the Patriots in the over in that game. I think both side and total worth a bet there. Jets and Browns, lean to the over 44 in this game. Josh McCown's the best quarterback Cleveland has, and he looks like he's going to be back as the starting quarterback. Cleveland's defense, though, is still a bottom tier defensive unit in the NFL, so both teams should move the ball a little bit. I think we could get over 44 in that one. Oakland, Tampa Bay, tough game. Oakland on the road has been fantastic, perfect this season. They love these East Coast trips. They stayed in Florida following their win against Jacksonville last week. I'm not going to step in front of that, but at the same time, Oakland's won so many close games. They've been outgained in every single game despite their record. I think the other shoe has to drop on this team at some point. So, not going to bet back Oakland, or not going to fade Oakland in this great role that they've been in on the road. But I don't know if this team's. Still think this team's a little bit overvalued. Maybe the smallest of leans to Tampa, and that game could be a little bit higher scoring as well. Kansas City, Indianapolis. I'd actually lean to the Colts here, +3. In fact, I think I'll have a small bet on the Colts prior to kickoff, +3. I'll tell you what, Andrew Luck in this home underdog role has been terrific in his career. This has been a great point spread role for the Colts. They're starting to get healthier. They're starting to play a little bit better. The Houston game, they played well for, 3.5 quarters, and then things fell apart. And then, of course, against Tennessee last week, very impressed every time Tennessee scored. Indianapolis would respond. Andrew Luck's been terrific the last couple weeks, especially in the Tennessee game, rallying his team back every single time. And Kansas City, to me, defensively, they've still shown a few warts at times. I know they were great off the bye against Oakland, but last week New Orleans was able to have success moving the ball. I think Colts are live there. Could be able to get the victory. And don't disagree with the line upward movement in the total either. Colts remain pretty much a heavy over team on a weekly basis. San Diego, Denver. I'll tell you what, I'm not fading San Diego catching points right now. They've been in every single game this season. They have clearly not quit on Mike McCoy or this season. Chargers as a road dog have been phenomenal, not just this year, but in recent years as well. I could only bet San Diego there, even though Denver, it is short price for them at home, -4, but banged up along the offensive line. No C.J. Anderson. Trevor Siemian is still more of a manage the offense type of quarterback than a, score touchdowns in bunches type of quarterback. So I think San Diego's the only way I could bet that game, even at the current number. Arizona, Carolina, very tough game. Could make cases for both sides. Carolina off a bye, well rested. Do they have anything left to salvage their season? We should get a much better effort from Carolina, but at the same time, Arizona, I'm worried about their fatigue level following that overtime slugfest against Seattle last week, but Arizona's come into play, I would think, in this game, even if their gas tank is a little low, because Arizona got embarrassed by Carolina in the NFC Championship game last year. I'm sure that still resonates with the Cardinals. I would expect a good effort from them. Very tough game, not one I plan on getting involved in from a betting perspective. Philadelphia at Dallas. I'll tell you what, Dallas has given you no reason to go against them, but boy, Cowboys, have off the bye. We've seen Philadelphia lose off the bye when they were winning games in bunches going into the bye. We saw Minnesota get tripped up by the bye week and lose coming out of the bye week. I'm worried the same thing could happen to Dallas in this game. They're playing great. They've given you no reason to bet against them, but we saw Minnie and Philly go down off a bye week when they were playing well going into the bye. The same thing could happen here with the Cowboys, and the Cowboys have been terrible in this home favorite role. 3-12 ATS, their last 15 tries as home chalk. This home favorite role has been dreadful. In fact, if you bet the underdog, whether it's Dallas or the opponent, in Cowboys games in recent years, you've done pretty well. Philly's defense has played well most of the season. They're responding well to Jim Schwartz and his aggressive defensive schemes. I'd lean a little bit to the Eagles here in that one. Again, hard to go against Dallas. That's my one concern. And that offensive line against maybe a little bit of an undersized Philly defense does worry me a bit. But will that team have the same laser-like focus and execution level coming out of the bye when we've seen other teams not have it off a bye week already this season? All right, we've got Minnesota, Chicago Monday night. The line continues to come down, 4.5 down to 4. I can only bet Minnesota at -4. I want no part of Chicago against an angry Minnesota team off their first loss of the season. Jay Cutler at quarterback. He's not as good as Brian Hoyer as far as I'm concerned. I don't think the team even plays as hard with Jay Cutler at quarterback as they do without him. So Minnesota -4 is the only way I would bet it from a side perspective. Also, under the total makes sense, 40.5. Maybe if you can find a stray 41 out there, look for it, but I would expect points to be few and far between the Vikings and Bears on Monday night. All right, let's wrap this up. It's play of the week time in week 8. I've done a very good job so far with the play of the week selections in the NFL so far this season. We're going to the Seattle-New Orleans game for this week's play of the week selection. That's taking place in the Superdome, and we've got some interesting elements here with this game. Seattle, that defense is on the field for, I believe, upwards of 90 plays, if I'm not mistaken, last week against Arizona, and they played great, don't get me wrong, but that defense is banged up, dealing with some injuries, coming off that physical, intense game where they were out on the field a ton. Now you got to fly back to Seattle, come back to New Orleans now, play a prolific, explosive New Orleans offense, which has had no problems putting up points with Drew Brees. I think the Seattle defense, for as good as they are and as good as they're capable of being, I think they're vulnerable in this setting. But on the flip side, I mean, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense didn't do anything last week against Arizona. That's not going to be the case here. I mean, this New Orleans defense is a bottom tier defense right there with Oakland and Cleveland among one of the worst defenses in the NFL. They've got cluster injuries in the secondary, as many as 5 players, starters in that secondary, 5 regulars in that secondary not expected to play in this game. They've also got cluster injuries at linebacker. They're not even sure if Nick Fairley along the defensive line is going to play in this game. So there's just a ton of issues. It's bad enough trusting New Orleans defense when they're healthy, but now they've got cluster injuries everywhere on top of that. I see no reason Seattle can't move the ball. I mean, Russell Wilson and the Seahawks offense hasn't worked to the extent we expected coming into the season at times, but I think even that offensive line is going to be able to block and pass protect, run block for this Seahawks offense against a very poor New Orleans defense. So where does that leave me in this game? It leaves us looking for a shootout in the Superdome on Sunday. Let's look to Seattle and New Orleans going over the total. Seattle, New Orleans, over 48, rotation number 258. I'm expecting a high-scoring affair between the Seahawks and Saints on Sunday, over 48. Seattle and New Orleans, your NFL Week 8 play of the week. We'll see if we can extend the run. 5-2, 71% with the NFL plays of the week on these videos. We'll see if we can make it 6-2. All right, that'll wrap it up. That's my NFL Week 8 preview. I'm Ian Cameron for Sportsbook Review. Until next time.
Research before you bet. Be sure to check out SPR Picks for the best game predictions, breakdowns, and much, much more.